Have you ever wondered why certain foods seem perfectly harmless, but end up making you feel exhausted and spike your blood sugar at the same time? It's surprising how many items labeled as healthy can work against you if you're managing diabetes. You may notice a sudden crash in energy, or your glucose monitor reading jumps unexpectedly after a meal. Even if you think your diet is under control, some deceptive options sneak into your routine and sabotage your system. It's time to uncover which foods could be quietly harming your progress and learn how to reclaim that energy. In many cases, people with diabetes assume that only sugary treats or sodas cause trouble, but there's an entire category of hidden culprits that undermine blood sugar stability. These foods can intensify inflammation, prompting the body to demand more insulin and burn through essential nutrients faster. When blood glucose stays high for extended periods, cells struggle to keep up with crucial repairs, leading to fatigue and a heightened risk of complications. Over time, nerves, kidneys, and even libido are affected. Identifying which items trigger these effects is a key step toward lasting balance. Your body, when dealing with diabetes, has a harder time managing the wave of glucose that follows meals loaded with refined carbohydrates or harmful fats. The subtle increase in oxidative stress means your system craves more protective vitamins, such as B6, E, and C. Without adequate levels of these nutrients, your insulin sensitivity can drop, and your nerve function might suffer. The result is often tingling sensations, unexplained tiredness, and even mood swings. Far from being random, these signs indicate a deeper imbalance that's easy to overlook. Unfortunately, many people believe that reducing table sugar alone is enough. They might replace sweet desserts with heavily processed snacks or rely on quick-fix meal replacements that still contain problematic ingredients. These substitutions can sap your energy, inflame your system, and deplete vitamins that help stabilize blood sugar. It's not always obvious when a certain food is robbing you of B6 or preventing vitamin E from doing its protective job. Still, the consequences pile up, from deteriorating nerve function to sluggish circulation and difficulty with weight management. Long before serious complications appear, small red flags can pop up, including persistent fatigue, frequent skin issues, or difficulty recovering after minor infections. These clues often coincide with reduced nutrient absorption, exacerbated by diets high in refined flours, trans fats, and sugary beverages. The connection between these foods and nutrient depletion might not be immediately clear, but the impact on your daily life can be profound. Recognizing what sets off harmful blood sugar surges is central to maintaining your vitality and preventing long-term damage. By understanding how certain foods sap your vitamins and push your glucose to dangerous levels, you can start making targeted changes. Simple strategies, like swapping refined grains for whole ones or choosing healthier oils, become powerful ways to fortify your body. When you eliminate the stealthy culprits, you might notice clearer thinking, steadier energy, and fewer unpleasant highs or lows. This new awareness unlocks better management of diabetes, helping you avoid complications such as nerve pain, heart stress, and kidney strain while preserving your overall vitality. One of the most insidious categories of foods for individuals with diabetes includes refined and highly processed grains. White bread, regular pasta, and pastries often flood the bloodstream with glucose faster than your body can handle. Because of that surge, your system releases more insulin, and vitamins like B6 become depleted. When high insulin levels persist, it grows harder for your cells to absorb other nutrients effectively. This cycle can lead to lingering feelings of weakness and a greater susceptibility to nerve problems over time. When your diet relies heavily on refined grains, the consequences can extend beyond blood sugar spikes. These foods typically lack fiber and essential micronutrients that support healthy metabolism. Without enough fiber, glucose absorption becomes erratic, leading to sudden peaks and crashes. Meanwhile, the body works overtime to balance these fluctuations, using up vitamins and minerals in the process. The eventual strain can manifest in fatigue, irritability, or difficulty focusing, making day-to-day tasks more challenging. Signs that refined grains are taking a toll might include slower healing of minor cuts or a perpetual sense of mental fog. These issues often correlate with low B6 levels, as this vitamin is crucial for energy production and nerve function. Inadequate B6 can also weaken the immune system, leaving you more prone to infections. Over the long haul, small discomforts compound into more serious disruptions, like intensifying neuropathy or elevated cardiovascular risks that cast a shadow over your quality of life. Relying on white bread or similar products can mean missing out on key nutrients that keep blood vessels healthy. Vitamin E, essential for protecting cells from oxidative stress, may be harder to maintain when your daily meals are dominated by these simple carbs. This can intensify inflammation, stiffen arteries, and burden your heart. As inflammation rises, your body's resources to combat it are stretched thin. Eventually, negative effects accumulate in your nerves, kidneys, and even your eyesight. Another hidden issue with refined grains is their role in weight gain. Surplus pounds often accompany unstable blood sugar, driving further insulin resistance. The vicious cycle of insulin spikes and crashes undermines your capacity to burn fat and maintain lean muscle. While it might be tempting to choose quick, convenient meals like instant noodles or pastries, these options can compound existing complications. Over time, it becomes clear that short-term convenience can bring long-term setbacks, especially for those focused on sustainable diabetes management. Replacing refined grains with whole, nutrient-dense options can reduce the burden on your blood sugar and help preserve critical vitamins. Whole wheat, quinoa, and oats provide fiber and minerals that bolster insulin function. By making this switch, you support a healthier inflammatory response and free up resources for tissue repair. Many people report more stable energy, sharper mental clarity, and fewer cravings once they've moved away from heavily processed products. It's a practical step toward keeping your blood vessels, nerves, and metabolic processes in better shape. Another major culprit undermining the health of people with diabetes is the presence of harmful oils and trans fats in the diet. These fats often appear in fried foods, packaged snacks, and processed spreads, silently inflaming your system. They can interfere with the way your body uses vitamin E, a vital antioxidant that protects cells from damage. As inflammation grows, free radicals multiply, and you may notice that common discomforts like joint stiffness or skin dryness become more pronounced. Trans fats, in particular, disrupt cellular membranes and contribute to the formation of arterial plaque. With diabetes, blood vessels are already under extra pressure, and adding harmful fats amplifies the risk of circulatory problems. High LDL cholesterol, thickened artery walls, and elevated blood pressure can become more prominent over time. This heightened cardiovascular strain makes everyday activities exhausting and raises the likelihood of severe events like heart attacks or strokes. When harmful fats reduce vitamin E's effectiveness, cells are left unprotected against oxidative stress. This can leave nerves vulnerable, worsening symptoms of neuropathy and potentially accelerating kidney damage. Minor aches in your feet or numbness in your hands might escalate, signaling deeper complications. While these symptoms might be brushed off at first, they can evolve into persistent pain or reduced mobility, affecting your independence and overall lifestyle. Excessive intake of inflammatory oils can also undermine metabolic stability. Even if you're carefully watching carbohydrate intake, the constant assault from poor fats can knock your system out of balance. The body allocates extra resources to tackle inflammation, diverting them from maintaining proper glucose control. As oxidative stress rises, vitamins like B6 and C might be consumed at a faster rate, leaving you more susceptible to lingering colds, fatigue, and slower recovery after exercise. Incorporating these fats into meals can create a cycle of cravings, as fried or processed foods often contain high amounts of salt and artificial additives. This synergy of negative factors can perpetuate unsteady blood sugar levels and keep you feeling unsatisfied. When your diet is loaded with items like fried chicken, chips, or heavily processed spreads, you risk creating a burden on your cardiovascular and nervous systems that's hard to overcome. Over time, the deficits compound. Switching to healthier fats, such as olive oil, avocado, or nuts, can shield your cells from the destructive influence of trans fats. Vitamin E is more easily absorbed when paired with beneficial fats, which can help reduce inflammation and bolster nerve function. Many people find that making this adjustment curbs spikes in glucose and delivers steadier energy throughout the day. Small tweaks in your cooking habits and snack choices can significantly protect your arteries, eyes, and other vital organs from the stress of chronic inflammation. For many individuals with diabetes, sweetened beverages and sugary products can stealthily derail glucose management. Sodas, fruit punches, and even certain fruit juices carry high sugar loads that flood the bloodstream almost instantly. Because vitamin C competes with glucose to enter cells, these sugary hits can block your body's ability to get enough of this essential antioxidant. Without adequate vitamin C, collagen synthesis falters, impairing wound healing and overall tissue repair. It's not unusual to see persistent fatigue or more frequent infections among those who rely on sugary drinks for quick energy. Short bursts of alertness give way to crashes, leaving you feeling drained and less productive. Meanwhile, the elevated insulin demands can reduce the availability of B6, creating a domino effect of deficiencies. Over time, these repeated sugar spikes can degrade your nerve cells, raise blood pressure, and magnify your risk of kidney problems. When sugary beverages undermine vitamin C levels, you might spot slower recovery from colds, sensitive gums, or bruises that linger. The immune system becomes less robust, and small issues can spiral into bigger concerns. This vulnerability feeds into the broader picture of diabetic complications, making it harder to keep nerve pain at bay or to regulate cholesterol. What seems like a harmless sweet treat can, in fact, chip away at your body's resilience. Excess sugar intake can also intensify systemic inflammation, leaving you more prone to complications like retinopathy or nephropathy. As your body scrambles to process excess glucose, it burns through protective antioxidants. This scenario strains organs, accelerates cellular damage, and compromises blood vessel elasticity. The eyes, for instance, rely heavily on nutrient-rich blood supply, which can be hindered if vessels become rigid or clogged. Blind spots and vision changes often start subtly. Heavy consumption of sweet drinks correlates with disrupted hormone signals that regulate appetite and satiety. This imbalance can make it harder to stick to a consistent eating schedule or notice when you're truly full. The more you rely on sugary beverages, the more difficult it becomes to stabilize your glucose. This cycle can amplify cravings, sabotage weight control efforts, and indirectly strain your heart. Over time, these choices can limit mobility, deplete energy, and increase stress on your body's repair processes. Opting for water, unsweetened teas, or low-sugar fruit infusions can ease the strain on your glucose control and support healthier vitamin C utilization. These alternatives often come with antioxidants, minerals, or beneficial compounds that help maintain balanced energy levels. Many find that by reducing sugary beverages, mood becomes steadier and nerve discomfort diminishes. Simple swaps can have a profound impact on maintaining healthy blood flow, protecting organs, and preserving overall vitality. One of the biggest challenges with diabetes is how deficiencies in one vitamin can magnify shortages of another. When your body is low on B6, it might struggle to process certain amino acids, leaving fewer resources to maintain stable glucose. A lack of vitamin E can expose cells to higher oxidative stress, further draining vitamin C reserves. All the while, poor food choices encourage cycles of inflammation that exacerbate these shortfalls. It's easy to see how one problem feeds into another. These overlapping gaps become clearer when you notice how often certain symptoms coincide. You might feel persistent tiredness, see slow-healing wounds, or experience a frequent tingling in your hands and feet. Each of these signs can indicate a deficiency, yet they commonly appear together in people who face repeated blood sugar spikes. Addressing them demands looking beyond any single nutrient. It means tackling the root causes of stress on your metabolism. Because diabetes makes your system more vulnerable, even minor lapses in nutrition can have amplified effects. Low vitamin C might weaken your defenses, making you prone to colds, while low vitamin E can allow unchecked inflammation to damage nerves. If you're also short on B6, stress hormones can linger, fueling mood swings or further damaging the delicate cells that regulate insulin. This chain reaction can gradually degrade your overall well-being. Many people only discover these intertwined deficiencies after they've developed chronic fatigue or recurring infections. By that time, reversing the damage requires consistent effort to replenish depleted vitamins and avoid the foods that cause the imbalance. In worst-case scenarios, the synergy between high glucose and nutrient deficiencies accelerates organ complications. This makes daily life harder, turning minor stressors into major disruptions, physically and mentally. The good news is that correcting these overlaps can have a transformative effect. Small dietary changes, like cutting back on refined carbs or eliminating trans fats, free up your body to use vitamins more effectively. Steady glucose levels reduce the frantic demand for insulin and preserve nutrients that would otherwise be burned in the battle against chronic inflammation. Each positive shift supports another, leading to a momentum of better health. Bringing awareness to how certain foods deplete your vitamins empowers you to make strategic replacements. If you identify the sources of instability, such as sugary drinks or fried snacks, you can lighten the load on your body. As you recover from overlapping deficiencies, energy may bounce back, and nerve discomfort might ease. This approach integrates the bigger picture, focusing on sustainable improvements rather than quick fixes that don't last. One of the most effective ways to avoid these pitfalls is to substitute the problematic items with wholesome alternatives. Instead of refined grains, you can embrace options like brown rice, whole grain bread, and legumes that stabilize insulin response. This helps curb sudden sugar spikes and keeps your vitamins at healthier levels. Over time, you may notice improved stamina, less craving for empty calories, and a clearer sense of overall well-being. When it comes to harmful fats, swapping them for high-quality oils can significantly boost your nutrient absorption. Olive oil, flaxseed oil, or using avocados in recipes can provide the healthy fats your body needs to optimize vitamin E. This shift might reduce inflammation and help protect your arteries from plaque buildup. As a result, you could see more consistent blood pressure readings and feel more energetic during daily tasks. For sugary beverages, consider exploring infused waters, herbal teas, or lightly sweetened drinks using low glycemic fruits. These choices help support vitamin C intake and minimize the roller coaster effect of insulin surges. You might find that ditching soda or fruit juice leads to fewer sugar crashes and better mental clarity. Making these beverage swaps part of your routine can be surprisingly simple and yield lasting benefits for diabetes management. Developing balanced meals that incorporate fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and complex carbohydrates can gradually steer your body into a more stable pattern. Planning ahead, like prepping meals in batches, reduces the temptation to grab processed or fried options. Each portion of food you choose carefully works in your favor, freeing up resources to heal damaged tissues and maintain a healthier immune response. Beyond these daily adjustments, paying attention to how you cook can also preserve nutrient quality. Steaming vegetables instead of overcooking them helps retain vitamin C, while oven baking foods instead of frying them retains more of the original vitamins. These small tweaks ensure that each bite is as nutrient-rich as possible. Over time, you may find yourself relying less on vitamin supplements and more on natural sources that keep deficiencies at bay. People often notice a boost in energy and a reduction in stress when they commit to these replacements. You might be able to exercise more comfortably, enjoy better sleep, and feel less irritable. Your glucose readings may become more predictable, which can lighten the emotional burden of managing diabetes. Overcoming habitual cravings can be challenging at first, but the long-term payoff in sustained vitality is well worth the effort. As you move away from the three worst offenders, it's helpful to stay alert for any lingering habits that could sneak back into your daily routine. Sometimes, an occasional indulgence slowly becomes a habit again, potentially undoing progress. Being mindful of portion sizes and reading labels can empower you to identify hidden sugars, trans fats, or excessive refined carbohydrates. Each consistent choice you make lays the groundwork for steadier glucose levels. Periodic check-ins with your healthcare provider can reveal if your vitamin levels are on the right track. Blood tests may show improvements in markers like homocysteine or measures of oxidative stress, reinforcing the value of these changes. You might also observe a drop in episodes of numbness or a lower frequency of headaches. Every small sign of progress reflects a cascade of better nourishment and reduced strain on your body. Some people discover they can reduce or simplify their medication routine when their diet supports stable glucose over time. While medical advice is crucial, these improvements underscore that food choices play a powerful role in your diabetes journey. Feeling a renewed sense of control and enjoying greater energy can motivate you to further refine your eating habits. This creates a positive cycle where each victory encourages the next. It's not uncommon for individuals to discover they've regained the capacity to engage in activities they once found tiring or risky. A day out with family, light exercise sessions, or even new hobbies can become more feasible when blood sugar and nutrients work in harmony. Instead of fearing unexpected crashes or complications, you might find renewed confidence in the steadiness of your own system. Small steps can lead to significant life changes. Recognizing that foods like refined grains, harmful fats, and sugary drinks can deplete vitamins is a breakthrough for many. This insight fuels a deeper understanding of how your body reacts to each meal. Overcoming these dietary hurdles can help you reclaim not just your health, but also a sense of freedom from the constant worry of managing symptoms. A balanced approach becomes easier once you see tangible results in how you feel each day. As your diet evolves, even your mindset may shift toward a more proactive stance. You start to focus on nourishment and prevention, rather than constantly reacting to negative outcomes. This mental shift can be remarkably empowering. By taking note of what works for you, whether it's a certain meal plan, exercise routine, or supplement strategy, you begin to craft a personalized system that supports healthy glucose and stable energy. This holistic view transforms diabetes management into a more hopeful and dynamic process. Learning how to stabilize nutrients and blood sugar can redefine your relationship with food. Instead of feeling trapped by restrictions, you begin to see the possibilities in healthier substitutions that still taste satisfying. You may discover inventive ways to prepare meals that highlight natural flavors without relying on hidden sugars or poor quality oils. Over time, these choices become second nature, freeing up mental space and boosting your confidence. This journey is about rediscovering the power of mindful eating and reclaiming a more active, fulfilling life. If you found value in uncovering these detrimental foods and learning how to safeguard your vitamins, consider subscribing or following for more insights on managing diabetes naturally. By phasing out the worst offenders and exploring better replacements, you can strengthen your energy levels and reclaim your daily routine. Every step you take toward mindful eating and balanced nutrients lays the groundwork for greater freedom from blood sugar swings. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share your biggest takeaway and pass this along to anyone who might benefit.